Hi everybody, I'm Demi Stevens, founder and CEO of Year of the Book Press and editor-in-chief of South Pub Magazine, here today with Ginger Driskill Simpson for a little bit of the person behind the author, the insider's feel. Are you scared yet?
Yes.
Oh my, tell us a little bit about life growing up.
Life growing up.
Where are you
It was
from?
pretty typical. I was born in Alta Vista, Virginia, typically a one-horse, no red light town. I even remember when the first red light came to town. But I moved to Maryland when I was about 18 months old, and I've lived here the rest, since then. I still like to say that I'm from Virginia.
We won't hold it against you.
Yes. I grew up in Baltimore in the Pimlico area, very close to Pimlico Racetrack, which everyone knows Pimlico Racetrack. And it was pretty typical. I was the oldest of four siblings, and I had parents that both had to work.
Did you get away with less than your siblings did?
Not really. I was the standard.
Oh, sometimes, parents really lay down the law on the first child.
Yeah, for some reason my parents decided that I was the smartest. This was until my baby brother came along. And I was going to be in the medical field, and I was going to do all of these great things, and all I wanted to do was write.
You knew early on.
Yes, but I was 8 years old when I wrote my first short story.
What was that about?
It was a Christmas story. I was 8 years old before I met my second sister. She's 3 years younger than I am. She came to live with us when I was 8. And she was very, very sad all the time. So Christmas was approaching. Sounds horrible, but we weren't even allowed to speak to each other. So I decided to write a little story to cheer her up. And that was my first story. It was the Christmas I was 8 years old. But an amazing thing happened, because as I would sneak under the lamp to read it to her after everyone went to bed, she would giggle and chuckle and smile. And every author wants that. You want that connection. You want to see what you're doing is just someone's responding to it. So that was the beginning, and I haven't been able to stop.
That's amazing. You're the sunshine of the family.
Don't ask them that.
When I was in the 7th or 8th grade, my homeroom teacher couldn't remember how to pronounce my first name, and the boy beside me said, "It's Demi, like dreamy." And so she pronounced me Nightmare.
Oh, but that was so sweet of him.
A little sunshine goes a long way, Ginger. So, do you have children of your own now?
I do. I have two wonderful sons. They are in their 30s. I always have to stop to think exactly. So it's been a wonderful journey. I hate to admit that I sort of married to get away from home. And 37 years later, it was like the best thing I had ever done. So they are both writers. My youngest son is a writer verbally. He refuses to put anything down on paper.
Storyteller.
Yes. So we used to say, we're going to follow you with a tape recorder to get all of this down. But as a parent, that's very exciting. But as a writer, to see that fulfilled through them is pretty incredible.
Did your son's writing have any impact on you?
In a roundabout way, it brought me back to writing. It had probably been, 12, 13 years since I'd actually sat down and wrote anything, which I hadn't finished. Other than this, I haven't finished anything. But my oldest son wrote and published a book, and I was so proud of him. I felt fulfilled. And we sent a picture of him posing with his first book out of the printer's box and sent it to my youngest son, who is very zen, very ho-hum.
I need to meet him.
Yes, you really
need a little zen.
But I get this message back, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Tell Mike I'm proud of him. Now he's opened the door. What are you going to do?
The Zen Master.
And that was a dare. It was a challenge. And a week later, I had 7 chapters of the book finished.
You You rose to the challenge.
So, yeah, it really was, I guess, my firstborn who drove me back to it. So
he threw down the gauntlet to you.
Yes, he knew Mom couldn't turn down that dare.
So are there any furry members of your family these days?
Well, we only have 5 now. 5 cats. We're down from about 11.
Are you the crazy cat lady of Delta?
Totally. And I have the shirt to prove it.
Do you?
I do.
We'll have to do another session.
But I love all animals. I just feel I connect with cats. Sort of on an inner level somewhere. I've always felt unapproachable. And, and I think I see that in my cats. It's pet me when I want to be petted. Otherwise,
I'll remember that.
Yeah, get out of my life. And that's pretty much how I am. It's like, I feel like spending time with you today. Tomorrow, not so much.
I'm glad it's today and not tomorrow. We got lucky.
Yeah.
What else do you like to do around the house?
Well, I love decorating. I'm not very good at it, and I can't seem to stay with a theme. So I do gardening.
Oh, very good.
Gardening is much easier. You just plant something, water it.
Yeah, till it's the dead plants out there.
Yes, and hopefully it will do something.
My garden does not look like Ginger's garden.
Actually, I wouldn't be so sure about that. My gardens have gotten away from me, and it's just, I don't know. I'm sort of in spells, and right now I'm not really in a gardening spell. I'm kind of in just mowing the grass. Let's forget the flower bed. Let's keep the grass mowed.
Yeah, summer's difficult.
So I do enjoy it. I love going to gardening shows, that kind of thing.
Flower gardening or plants, like for food?
Oh, definitely flower gardening. Yeah, you would not have wanted to see my tomato plant.
Oh, no.
Yes. I've discovered that it really isn't that easy to grow a tomato plant in a pot on a deck. Especially if you forget that it's out there.
Then maybe our gardens do have a few things in common. So, is there anything on your writing desk these days?
I've started book 2 of Road Leads to Dallas. Book 2 is Redemption, The Road from Hell. This kind of leads you into hell.
So, did you get to Dallas and then get to hell? How close are they? I need to know.
They're intertwined. So I've almost completed 26 chapters of that. So I'm kind of moving ahead now with the cover illustrating and things like that. Yeah. So my goal for book 2 actually was October. I'm going to fall short of that, I think.
Oh, no, you're not, because I'm going to call your son and have him throw down another gauntlet. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, but, I'm doing that, and I've also started, I guess you could call it a standalone. Something that I had started and came across. I actually came across a lot of my early work. And some of it I don't even remember writing, but it takes me back to that time when I read it. So there was something that really struck me as I need to finish this.
That's just beautiful.
And I am hoping to very soon work on a short story book with my sons.
Wow.
So,
young adult geared or picture books or novels?
Just a sort of short story novel type thing. My oldest son has several short stories. He's actually even completed a screenplay. And he and I are very psyched about this because we're not going to try to blend anything. We're just going to write a bunch of short stories and then choose maybe 3 each. And we just have to beat it into our youngest son.
And join in.
Yeah, I don't care if you only put 1 word on a page. Coming from you, it will be perfect.
Quintessential.
Exactly. So, but that's kind of in the future. That's kind of where we're going with that.
That's super exciting. Thanks for a little peek into your life.
Oh, thank you.
Wishing you all the best and can't wait to read the new book.
You will be part of it, I'm sure.
Singer. We'll definitely definitely have to hear from her again.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you so much, Demi.